Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel Geography Guru. This is the fifth and the last episode of class 10th economics chapter number 2 sectors of Indian economy. In the previous episode we discussed about the reasons behind the rise of the tertiary sector, as we have earlier discussed that the tertiary sector is the most important and the largest sector of Indian economy as per its share in the GDP. We also discussed about the underemployment, and in the end we gave some suggestion to generate employment in our country. In this fifth episode we are going to discuss about a very important short topic, that is the Manrega, and then we are going to discuss the most important, one of the most important topic of this entire class 10th economics, that is the difference between the organized and unorganized sector. In the end we will also try to create the difference between the public sector and the private sector. Let's begin. First of all, we will try to understand about the Manrega. What is this Manrega? Manrega or MG Narega, the central government in India made a law implementing the right to work in 625 districts called Mahatma Gandhi National Rural Employment Guarantee Act 2005, popularly known as the Manrega 2005. So in 2005, the Manrega was enacted. What is Manrega? Manrega is an act and it was implemented in 2005. That's why it is known as the Manrega 2005. It was initially implemented in the 625 districts of India. Which 625 districts? Most backward, economically most backward 625 districts of India. And the main objective of this Manrega was to reduce poverty, was to reduce the unemployment, and was to generate employment in the rural area especially. So these were the objectives of this Manrega Act. In rural areas, all those people who are able to work and are in need of work are guaranteed 100 days of employment in a year by the government. It means that all those who are registered under this Manrega Act in those districts, these people are guaranteed by the government to provide them the 100 days work in a year. If the government fails to do so, it means that if the government fails in its duty to provide the employment, it will give unemployment allowances to the people. Under Manrega, there is 33% reservation for women. So overall we can say that that is a very good initiative taken by the government of India. This is very important program to reduce the poverty and to generate the employment in the rural area. So it is very important. You need to know that when it was enacted in 2005. Where it was enacted or implemented in 625 economically backward districts of India. And the main objective of this program are first to reduce the poverty, second to reduce the unemployment, and third to generate the employment in the rural areas for the equal development of the country. Now let's move to our next topic, the most important topic of this chapter and your class 10th economics 2, difference between the organized and unorganized sector. As in the very first episode of this chapter, we have discussed that economic activities can be classified into the three groups mainly: primary sector, secondary sector, and tertiary sector. That classification was based on the nature of activities. We classified into various categories on the basis of the nature of activities, how we are producing the things and how we are providing the services. Here this classification is based on the employment conditions. What are the conditions to work? So on the basis of employment of the conditions, economic activities can be classified into the organized and unorganized sector. Let's find out the difference between the organized and unorganized sector. To understand these difference with ease, let's take one example, that we are taking the government school as organized sector एंड प्राइवेट स्कूल एज अनऑर्गेनाइज सेक्टर. अगर हम गवर्नमेंट स्कूल को ऑर्गेनाइज्ड मान के चल रहे हैं थोड़ी देर के लिए और प्राइवेट स्कूल को अनऑर्गेनाइज्ड मान के चल रहे हैं, तो इसलिए ऐसा करने से हो सकता है आपके लिए थोड़ा सा समझना और ईजी हो जाए. लेट्स डू कंपेयर. द ऑर्गेनाइज सेक्टर इज रजिस्टर्ड बाय द गवर्नमेंट, एज वी हैव इन द गवर्नमेंट स्कूल्स. Organized sector is registered by the government and follows its rules and regulations. while the unorganized sector is mainly outside the control of the government. It may be or may not be registered by the government, but generally they do not follow all the rules of the government. So organized sector is registered by the government and they follows the rules and regulations of the government, but unorganized sector that can be or cannot be registered by the government and that generally not follow the rules of the government. Second difference is that organized sector workers enjoy job security. In the government school, in the government sector, generally you observe that they have the job security. Head of the institution, in the school principal, sir, ma'am, they can't say tata bye bye to anyone anytime, ऐसा नहीं बोल सकते. But while in the organized sector there is no job security. As you have seen in the COVID-19 pandemic, many people lost their jobs even without the notice. Even in the private school it happens that in the morning the teacher came there and take the classes and in the evening they are asked to say tata bye bye. लेकिन गवर्नमेंट सेक्टर में ऐसा नहीं होता. तो सेकंड डिफरेंस ये, पहला डिफरेंस ये कि इन द ऑर्गेनाइज सेक्टर दे आर रजिस्टर्ड बाय द गवर्नमेंट एंड दे हैव टू फॉलो द रूल्स एंड रेगुलेशंस ऑफ द गवर्नमेंट. in unorganized sector that is not compulsory. In organized sector there is a job security, while in unorganized sector there is no job security. Third, salaries are higher in the organized sector. Not only the job security, salaries are high, they are highly paid. People, workers, employers are highly paid in the organized sector, while in the unorganized sector the pay is lower. Generally the people work for most of the month, most of the days of the month, even sometimes they have to go to office on the Sundays too, and still they have lower pay as compared to the organized sector. So salaries are the higher in the organized sector, while in the unorganized sector the pay is comparatively low. As you have seen that in the private school, sometimes the people, sometimes the teachers, especially in the primary sections, they have to work for the 5,000, 7,000 or 10,000. But in the government sector, that is too high. Fourth difference between the organized sector and the unorganized sector is that working hours in organized sector are fixed, while those in unorganized sectors are uncertain. In organized sector working hours fixed, 9 to 2 means 9 to 2, 9 to 5 means 9 to 5, as you have seen in the bank and the other government offices fix hota hai. But in unorganized sector these are uncertain. Sometimes the employees can be asked to stay back for 2 hours or the 3 hours, and they can be asked to work on the Sundays too. संडे को भी बुला लिया जाता है, या कई बार बोल दिया जाता है कि अभी काम का प्रेशर ज़्यादा, यू हैव टू स्टे फॉर 2 extra hours. बट दिस इज़ नॉट देयर इन द ऑर्गेनाइज सेक्टर. इन ऑर्गेनाइज सेक्टर पेड हॉलीडेज आर ग्रांटेड. ऑर्गेनाइज सेक्टर में पेड हॉलीडेज होती है. इट मीन्स दैट योर टीचर इन गवर्नमेंट स्कूल्स व्हेन दे टेक द लीव्स दे गेट द सैलरी टू. बट इन अनऑर्गेनाइज सेक्टर देयर इज नॉट सो. वहाँ पे ऐसा नहीं होता. नो वर्क, no pay in unorganized sector. Many organized act like the Organized Act, Bonus Act, PF Act, Minimum Wage Act etc. apply here in the organized sector. Organized sector पे काफ़ी सारे एक्ट है, जैसे Organized Act, Bonus Act, they get the bonus too, they get the PF too, they get the Minimum Wage Act apply, while in unorganized sector is not governed by any such act. ऑर्गेनाइज सेक्टर में ऐसा कुछ नहीं होता कि आपको बोनस मिलेगा, आपको पीएफ मिलेगा, आपको पेंशन मिलेगी, आपको इतनी ही सैलरी मिलेगी. इट इज़ नॉट देयर इन द अनऑर्गेनाइज सेक्टर. इन द ऑर्गेनाइज सेक्टर द सैलरी इज फिक्स्ड एंड दे गेट द टाइम टू टाइम बेनिफिट्स टू. बट इन अनऑर्गेनाइज सेक्टर इवन द सैलरी लोअर देन दैट ऑफ ए ऑर्गेनाइज सेक्टर, बट ऑल्सो वेरीज फ्रॉम पर्सन टू पर्सन. हर व्यक्ति की अलग अलग मिलेगी. Next difference is that government rules are strictly followed in the organized sector, which is not seen in the case of unorganized sector. में ऐसा नहीं होता. They often not follow the rules and regulations of the government. Eighth difference is that in organized sector employees receive regular monthly salaries. They receive regular monthly salaries. मैसेज आ जाता है. कब आता है? लास्ट डे ऑफ द मंथ और द फर्स्ट डे ऑफ द मंथ दे जनरली रिसीव द मैसेज और उसके साथ सैलरी आ गई. ऑन द अदर हैंड इन अनऑर्गेनाइज सेक्टर वर्कर्स आर पेड ऑन ए डेली बेसिस पे किया जाता है, समटाइम्स मंथली बेसिस. कई बार ये भी होता है कि सैलरी लेट हो गई, डिले हो गई, ऐसा भी होता है वहाँ पर. द ऑर्गेनाइज सेक्टर प्रोवाइड्स द एडिशनल रेम्यूनरेशंस, एडिशनल पे टू एम्प्लॉयज़ फॉर ओवर टाइम. अगर ऑर्गेनाइज सेक्टर में एक्स्ट्रा वर्क है तो देर इज एक्स्ट्रा पे. समटाइम्स द पीपल दे हैव टू वर्क समटाइम्स ऑन द संडे टू. कोई फंक्शन आ रहा है, संडे को वर्क करना पड़ रहा है. गवर्नमेंट टीचर्स की अगर बात की जाए, दे गेट द एक्स्ट्रा सैलरी फॉर दैट वन. उनको ई लीव मिलती है, अर्न लीव मिलती है. सो इन कॉन्ट्रास्ट देर इज़ नो सच प्रोविजन फॉर ओवर टाइम इन द केसेज ऑफ अनऑर्गेनाइज सेक्टर में. ऐसा कुछ नहीं होता. वर्कलोड चल रहा है, यू हैव टू स्टे मीन्स यू हैव टू स्टे, यू हैव टू कम ऑन संडे इट मीन्स यू हैव टू कम. बट इन ऑर्गेनाइज सेक्टर एक्स्ट्रा time means extra pay. In organized sector, the salaries of the employees are as per the government norms. They get the salaries as per the government norms. And in on organized sector, the pay is less than the wages fixed by the government. They even don't get the minimum wages. जो minimum wages होती है वो भी उनको नहीं मिल पाती, because rules are not followed in the unorganized sector. But in organized sector, all the people have the same salary because the rules are followed by the organized sector in this sector. In organized sector, workers receive a salary increase once in a year. In contrast, the wages of the workers in the unorganized sector are rarely increased. Organized sector में at least once in a year उनकी सैलरी बढ़ती है. But दिस इज़ नॉट देयर इन द अनऑर्गेनाइज सेक्टर. वहाँ पे ऐसा मैंडेटरी नहीं है. इट कैन इंक्रीज और कैन नॉट बी, हो भी सकता है और नहीं भी हो. एम्प्लॉयज़ इन द ऑर्गेनाइज सेक्टर गेट बेनिफिट्स लाइक द मेडिकल फैसिलिटी. इसके अलावा और भी बहुत सारे बेनिफिट मिलते हैं ऑर्गेनाइज सेक्टर में. एम्प्लॉयज़ इन द ऑर्गेनाइज सेक्टर गेट बेनिफिट्स लाइक द मेडिकल फैसिलिटी, पेंशन, हॉलीडे ट्रेवल कंपनसेशन, which is not provided to the employees working in the unorganized sector. अनऑर्गेनाइज सेक्टर में ऐसा कोई बेनिफिट नहीं मिलता, ना मेडिकल फैसिलिटीज होती है, ना पेंशन होती है, ना LTC एट्सेट्रा होता है, जबकि ऑर्गेनाइज सेक्टर में ये सब कुछ बेनिफिट्स होते हैं. फॉर एग्जाम्पल ऑफ ऑर्गेनाइज सेक्टर आर गवर्नमेंट एम्प्लॉयज़, स्कूल टीचर्स, गवर्नमेंट स्कूल टीचर्स को एग्जाम्पल के तौर पे ले सकते हो, बैंक्स. विद वाइल द एग्जाम्पल्स ऑफ अनऑर्गेनाइज सेक्टर्स आर होम ट्यूटर, अनऑर्गेनाइज सेक्टर में आएंगे. इंडिविजुअल वर्किंग इन स्मॉल जनरल स्टोर्स, दीज टू आर इन द अनऑर्गेनाइज सेक्टर. एंड द टीचर्स इन द प्राइवेट स्कूल्स, जो स्मॉल स्कूल्स होते हैं वहाँ के टीचर्स हैं वो भी अनऑर्गेनाइज सेक्टर का पार्ट होंगे. सो वी हैव डिस्कस सो फार दैट व्हाट इज द डिफरेंस बिटवीन द ऑर्गेनाइज एंड अनऑर्गेनाइज सेक्टर. व्हाइल कंपेयरिंग द डिफरेंस you can keep in mind the private school and the government school employees and what are the difference between their conditions. दोबारा से रिकैप्चुलेट कर लेते हैं. ऑर्गेनाइज सेक्टर they are registered by the government and they follow the rules and regulations. Unorganized sector, they may be or may not be registered by the governments and they do not follow, often do not follow the rules and regulations. Organized sector, they have higher salaries, they have lower salaries. Organized sector, they have job securities, they don't have the job securities. Organized sector, they have fixed hours of working, they don't have the fixed hours of working. Organized sector, extra pay for extra work. Unorganized sector, no extra pay for no extra work. Organized sector, paid holidays. Unorganized sector, no paid holidays. Organized sector, they have the other facilities like that of a medical facilities, like that of a increase of salary once in a year benefit, etc. They don't have this type of the benefit, etc. So many difference we can write keeping in mind the public school and the private schools. Now let's move to our next topic, that is the public sector and the private sector. Economic zones based on the ownership. It means that the economic activities can also classified into the private sector and the public sector. It is based on the ownership, कि उनका मालिक कौन है, उस आधार पे कि ये गवर्नमेंट के अंडर में आती है, इंडिविजुअल्स के अंडर में. So economic activities can be classified into two types based on the ownership, public sector and the private sector. Let's do compare these sectors too. इनमें भी थोड़ा सा डिफरेंस हम पता लगाते हैं कि क्या डिफरेंस होता है. Public sector is a part of the country economy where control and maintenance are in the hands of the government. We, in the simple language, we can say that the public sector industries are those industries which are controlled and managed by the government. जिनको गवर्नमेंट कंट्रोल करते, गवर्नमेंट मैनेज करते, दीज आर नोन एज द पब्लिक सेक्टर इंडस्ट्री और पब्लिक सेक्टर, वी कैन से दैट पब्लिक सेक्टर इकोनॉमिक. इफ वी टॉक अबाउट द प्राइवेट सेक्टर, इट इज ओन or managed by the private individuals, corporation or the group of individuals. In public sector, we can take the example of railways, we can take the examples of government schools, we can take the example of government nationalized banks. In private sector, we can take the example of Jio, Tata, etc. These are the private, that is the example of the private sector. The public sector aims to serve the people. The main aim of the public sector is to serve the people. उनको सर्विस प्रोवाइड करवाई जाती है. द मेन ऑब्जेक्टिव इज नॉट देयर टू अर्न द प्रॉफिट. प्रॉफिट अर्निंग ऑब्जेक्टिव नहीं होता पब्लिक सेक्टर का. बट द प्राइवेट सेक्टर एंटरप्राइजेज आर सेटअप विद द एम ऑफ प्रॉफिट. वहाँ पे सिर्फ प्रॉफिट कमाना होता है. एज यू हैव सीन दैट इन द गवर्नमेंट स्कूल्स, दे डू नॉट चार्ज एनी टाइप ऑफ द फी. मिनिमम होती है, तो वो क्यों नहीं चार्ज की जाती? बिकॉज द मेन ऑब्जेक्टिव हेयर इज टू serve the people, serve the society. But in the private school, the main objective is to get the profit. वहाँ पे profit earning main profit होता है, main objective होता है. Third difference is that the public sector, in the public sector, government has complete control over organization. Public sector में क्या होता है? These are directly under the control of government. Government के control में होते हैं public sector. In contrast, private sector companies enjoy less government interventions. They don't have, or they have the minimum interfere of the government bodies. So that is the third difference. Fourth difference, public sector employees have job security. अगर हम पिछले पे ही जाएँ, ऑर्गेनाइज्ड और अनऑर्गेनाइज्ड सेक्टर में हमने कंपेयर किया था कि कंडीशन ऑफ वर्क्स, तो यहाँ पे वो चीज़ें मेंशन कर सकते हैं. इन पब्लिक सेक्टर इंडस्ट्री एम्प्लॉयज़ हैव जॉब सिक्योरिटी अलॉन्ग विद द अलाउंसेज and prerequisites and retirement benefits such as the gratuity, pension, retirement funds, etc., which are absent in the case of private sector. Public sector, they have the job security, higher salaries, they have the allowances, they have the retirement benefits, they have the gratuity, they have the pension, they have the retirement fund, etc., which are not there in the private sector. The working environment in the private sector is quite competitive होता है, because in private sector main objective is to get the profit, is to earn the profit. So the working environment in the private sector is quite competitive, which is missing in the public sector. यहाँ पे इतना competition नहीं होता. Why? Because they are not set up to meet business objectives. They are not set up to meet the business objective. They are just to serve the society or serve the people. In the public sector, seniority is usually used to promotion. Public sector में अगर promotion की बात की जाए, तो promotion is based on the seniority. Seniority is usually used to promotion or to promote the employees. Or seniority is sometimes taken as the basis for the qualifying employees for promotion too. Unlike the private sector where the performance is everything. Private sector में ऐसा नहीं होता कि you are working here for the 10 years or the 15 years and now you are going to get the promotion. Because in the private sector, the main parameter to promote is the qualification. वहाँ क्वालिफिकेशन होता है, वहाँ परफॉर्मेंस होता है. क्वालिफिकेशन और परफॉर्मेंस दोनों होते हैं कि समटाइम्स द क्वालिफिकेशन एंड मेनली दे फोकस ऑन परफॉर्मेंस टू प्रमोट एनी पर्सन. The examples of public sector are the railway, post office. These are the examples of public sector. Public sector means all those sectors which are organized and managed by the government. BSNL, these are the example of public sector. Examples of the private sectors are Tata Iron Steel Company, Tisco, Reliance Industries Limited, RIL. So we have discussed that what is the difference between the public sector and private sector. Earlier we discussed the difference between the organized sector and unorganized sector. The difference basically दोनों में सेम ही है. वर्किंग कंडीशन को अगर हम इंक्लूड करें तो काफ़ी ज़्यादा डिफरेंस या अलग नहीं है, बट वी हैव टू प्रिपेयर वेल बिकॉज दैट इज़ द मोस्ट इम्पॉर्टेंट पार्ट ऑफ दिस चैप्टर, नॉट ओनली दिस चैप्टर बट ऑफ योर क्लास 10th इकोनॉमिक्स टू. दैट्स ऑल इन दिस चैप्टर. आई होप दैट यू आर गोइंग वेल. अच्छे से पढ़ रहे होंगे, ऐसे ही पढ़ते रहिए. यू कैन आस्क योर डाउट्स by commenting below. Bye bye. Have a nice day.